start the... Okay, thanks a lot. So welcome to everybody. Nice to see you on this second workshop on the INSPIRE-SOIL Geopackage. As said last time, this work was done in collaboration between CREA and the company Epsilon Italia. So you can go to the next slide, Giovanni. This is the outline for today. We will make a recap. No, sorry, Giovanni, don't go. Okay. We will make a recap of the first workshop. Then we will have a presentation of the content of the INSPIRE-SOIL Geopackage, and then an implementation in QGIS. You can go. Giovanni, next slide. Okay, so these are some of the results of the last workshop Mentimeter. As you can see, we have verified that the basic knowledge on INSPIRE were at everyone, so the many people had some knowledge about INSPIRE. But then going to the UML structure and most of all on observation and measurement structure and so sensor-based observations or sets of things, this was less known. So we hope that with some practical implementation, you will have some more instruction on how to use the Geopackage in practice. Also, so to know how to use also the model, soil model, and observation and measurement and sensor thing. Can go the next. Yeah, this was what the answer to which are the standard that you use. And you can see that the main of the standards used and format is on horizontal data sets like CSV, so not structured data sets. But we can see that there is knowledge also on shapefiles and Geopackage itself. So there is also some knowledge on structuring soil data sets in different tables. And we hope that we can answer to your, correspond to your request also on what you have put as questions. So you can go on, Giovanni. About this question, are you going to make the presentation available? Yes, we have already done. Then the next one. Will the validator work for non-EU countries? Yes, of course. Then we had several questions on using the tool with your own data sets. Actually, we cannot directly use during this workshop your data set, but we are going to make some presentation both today on to show what are the content of the Geopackage, and also on the next workshops, third and fourth workshop, on usage of the Geopackage with other data sets. Actually, we are going to use a Lucas dataset, and we are going to show you how to import these datasets. So there will be also some practical application and also on customizing the Geopackage with your own information. You can go on. How to deal with predictive values like predictive pH from mere spectroscopy. This, if we understood correctly, the question is just about adding mere process. So pH can be also analyzed with mere spectroscopy. So this will be presented during the fourth workshop, so the last one in January. Yeah, this was an interesting question. If we could have some in-person meeting, it is not foreseen, fortunately, in EJP-SOIL, also because it's going to end. The last month is January 2025. But yes, we will see if there is interest. Maybe we could do in other projects like SOILWISE. And then the last question, yeah, this was a quite difficult one. So I will leave to Stefania the answer to this question.
Yes, clearly the second one, because the first one is related to substituting on datasets to the current Geopackage data. So the second question was about, so let me read it. Do you consider that third parties may use through API the implementation of INSPIRE in own tools, for instance, advisory services for farms. Yes, API services can be derived from the geopackage that we prepared. For example, Sensor Things API can be derived from geopackage source using Frost, for example, the Frost tool. In the case of the INSPIRE-SOIL Geopackage by the EJP Soil, the mapping of the geopackage entities to Sensor Things API resources is highly facilitated because it is mostly one-to-one. As we saw during the previous workshop, we used the O&M model from the Sensor Things API. So it is quite simple then to map to Sensor Things services. I hope this
answered the question. Yeah.
The reply
Yeah, because the question was maybe not completely clear. So if maybe the person who made this question at the end of this workshop, we have time, we can still speak about this topic, I suppose. Right, Stefania? Okay, so the last slide I will present is this one. Is very full of contents, but it's just to summarize the lesson that we're supposed to have learned at the first workshop. So just to recap. So first of all, the INSPIRE is a directive, a EU directive. So it is a law, actually. So you can see here the mention of the directive itself. This directive has been implemented with implementing rules and technical guidelines, of which we have given you the reference and also where to find them online. Actually, we presented that these implemented rules and technical guidelines were quite difficult to be implemented, so some simplification were done to make it more easy for countries to implement. And it was also set up a new governance, so to improve the implementation and permit countries to implement some changes in the technical guidelines. So one of these was the good practice, INSPIRE good practice. So, for example, it was allowed to use a Geopackage as a format. And this is actually what has been done under EJP Soil. We have implemented this good practice for soil. In other projects, it was implemented for other themes, but we have done this for soil. And then why we have chosen the Geopackage, it is written here because Geopackage is proposed by OGC as a standard that is open, platform independent, portable, self-describing, and so on. So it has a lot of advantage in the usage. So what we have done in the European Joint Program Soil is to develop a Geopackage which is for soil, so compliant with the UML structure of soil and also observation and measurement and sensor thing. So this work was then validated because it was produced as GML, the Geopackage was transformed into GML structure and then successfully validated inside the INSPIRE validator. And so this Geopackage now can be used to exchange soil data in an INSPIRE compliant format and with a tool that it is much more usable than a GML format. So this is just to summarize why we are here, why we are proposing this tool to be used. And today we are going to present it directly, so also with online demonstration on the content and so on. And so now I will leave the floor to Giovanni, who is going to do the other part of this workshop. So the floor is yours, Giovanni.
So hello everybody. I'm Giovanni Abate, and I will introduce you both to the use and consultation of the Geopackage. We will have a short introduction to QGIS, but before starting seeing it by means of GIS programs, just have a recap about the GitHub repository. So what is there, what is shared, and what you can find into the repository. So about the repository, the last version is 1.1. It contains several folders. The doc folder contains the soil encoding rules and the user manual for compiling single features by means of QGIS for sure. And then it contains also the GML file produced by means of Hail Studio. The SQL folder instead contains all the script to generate the template. So you can, in any case, reproduce and maybe adapt for your use if you want the script to generate the empty template which is shared. The Geopackage is the actually template folder where two different kind of files are listed and a general description of the content is there, and then the schema, database schema is exposed. To see about the template you will find is not just one empty, is at least two, which is one empty and one with data, and two for general use with every kind of GIS software, while to use it within QGIS, styles and project are added into these two different. So that makes the 4 files. About the QGIS style, what's that? They are forms which has been created for every instance of the database, the relational database, just to allow for data entry and data consultation and QGIS navigation from one entity to the other. About the Hail Studio is the Hail Studio project is there. So in any case, you can use this project to, for instance, to generate your own data GML file, but which is not anymore requested since is actually validated. So you can instead on setting as download the GML file, setting simply the Geopackage, and that's your INSPIRE compliancy is guaranteed by the validation we performed already. So just to resume it, the Geopackage folder contains the template. QGIS style are working just with QGIS and are custom forms just for data entry and data consultation. Hail Studio folder is the Hail Studio project to convert the Geopackage to GML. But what's about Geopackage? It's actually a container of both vectors, rasters, and relational database, all encapsulated with SQLite. About to manage the Geopackage, it's possible to use it both with QGIS, we will see, but also with database managers, so database management systems. We tried several kind of different database management systems and noticed the best is actually dbeaver Community Edition. So here we warmly recommend you to use it, but it was also performed with DB browser, for instance, for SQLite, and you can adopt the own you prefer. So about dbeaver, if you got an installation, you just have to connect the Geopackage. So it actually allow you to manage the most popular and even the least popular database. So all in one, it manages so many different. You have to select the SQLite and go further. Connect by host and search the right folder where you place your Geopackage and stop. The database is now connected and the content is listed. So there are, for instance, data type are listed, triggers are there, hundreds of triggers, just to make robust data to allow the ingestion of robust data. Sequences, this you can won't find in several database manager, for instance, DB browser, but it's really relevant to notice about this because it's about the sequences you got to respect to ingest your own data. So actually, you cannot add any observation if you haven't ingested a data stream, an observable property, approaches, and unit of measurement, and so on. Fortunately, we already ingested all those which are produced by INSPIRE right now, which are just two, so or just a few we will see about. But so the first job to start the production of data should start from the soil site, soil plot, and soil profile, and so on. So just to remind you, about indices are just to ordering your data, and about tables. You can see tables are organized by column and by fields for each table. We can view table. This is the properties, the diagram, so it describes you the context of this a particular observable property table, which is related to data stream, to unit of measurements, and so on. And you can observe the data which are listed. So right now you can see which there are mainly just two properties ingested into the database. This just because right now the data that we could upload from the Sicilian data set are related to this observable property which are listed into the INSPIRE registry. Both for the observed soil profile and the derived soil profile, which are aggregated data, so are mostly statistics. About then you can also see about the database, right-click and view diagram. You see the whole diagram is listed here. For instance, about the soil profile, view table, you see the flat table, the diagram, and you might be able to export data, for instance, in several formats, or for instance, as CSV file. So, single query, you can choose the folder and choose the encoding and proceed for the exporting. About another function you can use is about SQL facility. So I just copy and paste a simple query we prepared just to show you about what just a single case, it just has a use case. So it's referencing reference soil group according average maximum depth. So with execution command, an error is there. No problem, it happens sometimes, but so, yes, there was an error in copy paste. Sorry, I just try again. So sorry for this inconvenient. Let me try again, but okay. And, just because of the space, it didn't work. So the result, it can be ordered, for instance, ascending, and you can notice that, as you surely know, the leptosol are the least depth, and the vertisol and fluvisol are the most depth soil in Sicily. So just an introduction to what you can do with the Geopackage with a data management system. But now let's go further and sorry. And yes, we got time for a few questions.
Yes, please.
If there are.
If there are questions, please. Otherwise, I would ask myself to Giovanni maybe to explain a little bit this concept about the properties, because actually we have now pH and organic carbon, right? This is because these are the properties that have been implemented in INSPIRE, but everyone can implement more properties, and this will be explained in the fourth workshop on January, how to do this. Right, Giovanni?
So it's mostly about observable property on the registry, which, for instance, profile element base right now. There are, sorry, just so you can notice that according to describe a profile element, you can adopt 3 different kind of base phenomenon, which are biological parameter, chemical parameter, and physical parameter. All these lists are still biological, empty lists. So it's actually while the chemical parameter properties are there. So we couldn't share any cadmium, chromium, or copper content, but still we could upload organic carbon content and pH value. So we started from these 2 properties. For sure, it's possible to expose other properties, but it's required to relate observable properties to a vocabulary or thesaurus that you manage. Since at CREA we do not manage any vocabulary, so we just stop this use case to the INSPIRE registry. But with the next exercise webinar, we will show also how to manage other observable properties, to ingest other observable property related to another vocabulary not listed by INSPIRE. I hope this
I think it's clear.
So no, if there is no other question, we might have a short break and then follow after few minutes.
We are even before the foreseen time for coffee break, so I really invite people to expose their questions, expose that there might be. Otherwise, if not, we will have some 5 to 10 minutes of break, and then we will go to the next. But Yeah, I invite people to make a question about what was presented up to now. Seems that it was very clear, Giovanni.
No, maybe they have no words to describe the confusion they got, but still the coffee might clear up.
Yeah, in any case,
some
we will have more time for QGIS if people want to have.
That's really the case, since it's I should go quite slowly, introducing the software and the querying and the navigation, so it's better to have a short break and follow in a few minutes, not more than 5, just to drink a while, and we will start in 5 minutes. So,
okay, so see
thank
you in 5
see
minutes.
you.